Okay, here we are at Reims, a very rainy Reims for the 12 hours of Reims, but we can't, or I can't figure out how to get 12 hours and 24-hour system working, so we're just doing with 2 hours in the rain. You know, in real life it did not rain, but I want to add some variety to these races, especially when there is rain in it, or rain included with the game. I was bringing in a 4GT, which would actually race here. The Porsche is trying to wreck me. But the Ferrari 260 GTO, I believe, is not part of this for whatever reason, or I just can't pair them together. So we're just pretty much on our own with these Porsches and our cars that are part of this race. There were Shelby Roadsters. Well, I don't know Roadsters, but there were Shelbys involved. I don't know what type, but I know these cars right here, that red car is part close enough to a car that raced in this event. As there's a car that's really far off, and cars that was a little interesting of a crash there. I didn't mean to press that. I just want to make sure it was that worked. But we're in 24 out of 20 or 36 cars, and the first 2 minutes of this race, as the Chevy's just gonna obviously block us for some reason, and we're gonna just use the dirt to get around them. I don't feel like slowing down. I almost hit that Porsche there. That was gonna be my fault. And left right about here. Start braking. Left and brake. Just and then full on brake. Not full on, but you know what I mean. Like 80-70% brake. Not enough to lock it, definitely during the rain here. The Porsche had a lift because I kind of shoved them off the track there. By Shelby. Yeah, so far no cars out of the race, even though we literally had a huge crash on that first lap. Oh, whoa. We got 2 cars slipping in the distance. This is a little too much chaoticness. I tested out a couple laps earlier, or a couple of days ago, to make sure this works, and I never had this besides a couple cars flying into the field right here, and also like a couple cars spinning in the middle of the track. That's really all it's been. I don't think I accidentally put the 20% rating, because it should be only 10%. If I accidentally put the 20%, that's probably my reason. And there goes another Ford. Jesus. I assure you, this is not gonna be the race, I swear. Once we get rolling here, the race is gonna be a lot cleaner. We're at 10th? What? Because all those cars are wrecking. This would never happen, well. I should not say anything, because that could happen. See, the first lap, that would not have happened. Having 4 cars slam into a billboard and all fly through the air. The 2 cars barreling off the track that might happen. And a couple cars like spinning here and there might happen, you know. But another car hitting the billboard at the same time, or yeah, and then flying through the air again, no. But that car that was off the track over there next to the billboard, that would have happened. Early in the race? Probably. Maybe even later in the race. But shenanigans hopefully over. Maybe we can actually finish this race without any more non-legitimate wrecks here. Because this is a game a little weird. I mean, not every sim racing game is perfect. I'm only racing it because of the nostalgic and vintage value. Even though I wasn't alive during these days, but I like the cars and the tracks and just how they race back in these days. That's really my draw to this. That's why I even do this. Did no, that's the same car from the last lap. I was about to say, did another car flip? No. So far this lap, seems like no one's having trouble. In front of me, not behind me. There could have been a lot of problems behind me. Or it could be a wonderland behind me. Maybe I should just back up to there. Looks like there's just a waddle of cars up here, so we might see another one go off here. Oh, that's a car upside down. I thought that was a car off the track. But no car is wrecking this time. We just got 2 cars laying on, or 4 cars laying on the track upside down. Currently. Which honestly, at this point, I don't know if they would cancel this race. Well, actually, no, because sometimes the car can dig in the mud and flip, but the cars that hit the billboard and flew 50 feet like that Ford GT on the inside that last corner, that could be, in real life it would just knock down the billboard, and maybe the dirt would dig in or he would go in the craps, but it's just weird. I don't know how to feel about it. Honestly, all I had to blame is really me for making this a situation. But you gotta have variety. And also, we got like some cool crashes, so if people like watching crashes, you can watch those. As we're in 6th, but we were 5th before the braking zone of the last corner. We got a lot of Corvettes, and I believe a Ford leading. If not, there's a couple Fords up there, a couple Fords behind me, with a couple of Corvettes behind me. So, really an American mix right here. Yeah, 4th gear. I thought these things had 5th gear, but I could be thinking of a different model of car. Because I can't uncheck. Well, I think I already did. I could be wrong, but I think I still have like the MK like 5 or whatever you call those cars. I think that was another car upside down. I could be wrong. I think I was wrong. Hopefully I was wrong. So we're in the 5th, so we did get our position back from that guy on the braking zone. Still getting yellers. I believe that's just the cars up here sitting on the side of the tracks. I mean, you're gonna have cars flip over in races, especially like in simulation. You know, just look at GP Laps as a Daytona vid, or Daytona 24-hour race thing that he did in 1966 series that he did. There was like one car that was stuck upside down after turn 4 of the oval in the grass area in the infield, as I got stupid and forgot to shift down and then slammed the throttle and got loose. I think the car behind me has a front end headlight out. I believe he has contact with someone. My lights still work. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to cut him off like that. I was just checking my lights to make sure they worked. Also, I don't mean to flash these two, tell them to get out of the way, but really I need to get out of the way. I'm a hazard already. Just want to see who this is. It's Goldstrand. Oh, I know this guy in front of me. I'm pretty sure he raced a NASCAR race. He also raced a lot of sports car races, and I believe he flipped at Riverside in a Shelby. I could be wrong. And I believe it was 1962, maybe 3. But he has raced NASCAR and he has done a lot of road racing things, so I see him there, as there's another car off the track. I believe that was a lap ago, and that's probably what the caution's about, honestly. I don't think it's anything up here Unless if I see a car next to the field up here. No, I think it's just that car up back there that was upside down. Was he kind of going the grass there? Now we're coming up on the two cars that decided to... Well, actually, one car probably flipped by himself. The other car that slammed in the billboard and got catapulted. Oh, we got another caution up here. Is this like a regular crash that happened up here? Or am I just not seeing it because the caution just went back out? So, or went back in, or whatever. The caution's not out there. Or the other. Caution. Triple caution, Kimmy. Triple caution. Just yelling his guts out, and Kimmy's just like, shut up. I'm not pro Riley, but a Riley driver, but I don't think that's a good thing to say. You're breaking the car, Kimmy. Are the leaders? Oh, I almost missed my braking point. I was looking at the relative way too much, and I almost lost the braking point. And I looked down right as I hit the first line, so I can start braking. But we are catching the guys in front. I thought they were falling or going, gaining on us. There we go. As we're gaining on the car behind me, which is 5th place. So the only cars out of the race are the cars literally on the track upside down. Oh, there's no cars in the pit lane. Oh no! I think this car right here is part of the double flip, I think the beginning of the second lap. I think I just don't remember where he was placed, so I thought that was another car. Because there was another car out there, and I think he was just misplaced, and I didn't realize it until just now. Unless they're cleaning up the cars now. No. Because these two would have probably been cleaned up with those two back there. Up to the last corner behind, I believe, a Ford. I'm getting a little slurry on the braking because I'm holding it with one hand. Also, the rain probably plays a factor in that. Also, I'm pretty sure first, second, and third are in like a line right now. Can't take this worse by 8 wide racing. Literally no hands on the steering wheel right now because I barely get force feedback in this game. I think that's just a me issue because I probably turned it off, or this game doesn't take force feedback. I feel like there's been a car that hit another car and probably moved it. Here there, I'm just getting low, or I should just stop thinking too much of that and just think too much on the race here. They're really scurrily through there. My bad corner where I'm just thinking I can go faster, but I can't, especially in the rain. Could have waited a little bit longer. It's just a matter of time before I screw up in the rain, though. That's why I'm trying not to what I'm trying to prevent, though. Oh. I keep looking down thinking that this is just gonna be straight the whole way, but there's a little curve there, and that's where I mainly lose my time, is when I'm not looking at the track and looking at other things like my phone to make sure I don't get like a text or anything. I wonder, do I see the sun through the clouds yet? Because this might tell me that it's about to turn night. Sorry if I give you a little bit like a little bit like movements or what is it called? I had it in my mind before I said anything, when I forgot. I'm gonna remember it at some point. Just wait. Just trying to finish. Just try to get through these corners without having problems. Motion sickness, there it is. With me going back and forth, just trying to find the sun and see if I can see when I need to start using my lights. And brakes, heavy brakes. Okay, that's probably my new strat there, is heavy brakes on the last mark there. Before the uphill. Here I kind of go right there, brake, and then I kind of go halfway back in the gas. Lift those occasionally just in case it pushes out onto the grass. Maybe a little bit further this time. It was a lot better going further. I had this race set to start at 10 a.m. for the game, not real life. And I have it 10 times time speed. And in theory, we should be at night at some point. I don't know how good it's gonna be. I don't know how dark it's gonna be, but I know on the long straightaway at the end, I'm gonna know when to start braking, because there's a little sheds and control towers up here. Yeah, I lost to the car behind me, but I'm also gaining on the car behind me, or yeah, behind me and also in front of me. Well, they kind of like go away from me, so I'm back into that part of the races where I'm kind of stuck. And I just can't make any mistakes before I have a chance to get to them. Because if I make too much mistakes trying to get to them, I'm gonna slip up and we're gonna wreck and crash, and then the whole ordeal is bad because I could salvage a finishing position instead of throwing it. And instead of throwing it away is what I meant to say, not said and. Or instead of. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just like some words come out wrong and I just rethink them. And I think that was third. He just hit. Yep, he just hit the sign. But luckily, it was not like in a string of laps where they were doing it the whole time. So it did calm down for a little bit. He just had a little bit of a moment because it looked like he got sideways. So it looked like he had a moment and wrecked there. So the realism on that one was just get out of shape and going off track. It wasn't that bad of a crash. He kind of hit it and then flipped. It wasn't like the over dramaticness of the car flying 20 feet in the air and almost having me hit him 20 feet in the air, trying not to spin it through the rain. So that I give realism points to that at least. One car in the pit. I don't know if that's the car that just flipped or a different car with issues. But now we got like 5 cars litter on the track upside down, and we got a car into a house over there. I see a red Porsche, I believe. And I believe this car is a lap down because really right here it should be like 3 seconds catching up to, or 2 seconds I meant. Hopefully he doesn't give me a hard time here and lets me get through on the inside as we're having troubles up here. I'm just gonna like use them as a backstop. Or brakes. Cause it wasn't like I slammed through them, but I think it's because everyone's wrecking up here. There's another car, there's multiple cars. Oh, what the, did someone push that car back out on the track? Not good decision there. Okay, so we just did a little loop-de-loop because we're just trying to figure out what was happening. We're just trying not to get involved in it. We're back and forth, but we're not too far behind the car that passed me there, so. So 10 laps in. It's been weird. Estimating about like 50 laps. I know that seems a lot. It is a lot, but you know. You gotta do what you gotta do. Still got like an hour and 38 minutes left for this race, so, well, 39 technically. Can't wait until it goes to night. Also, if we crash, depending on how hard we crash, we're you know, like if it's a done type crash, we might just exit the race. Because I don't want to try to power through with a car that's broken. Because I know there's damage. Because I've seen wheels and damage on the cars so far. Because we're coming up from some lappers, I believe. Yeah, these slower pushes. Right here, brake rock a lot. Oh, we're going off. Brake, 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 brake. Hold it. Okay, we're good. Not too much damage. That was a light hit for what it could have been. But we're getting stuck in the grass here is what the issue is right now. Because I kind of believe that it would be very muddy and sinky. Slippery, by the way. And do we still got like the 5 cars that are wrecked up here? Yep. Do we still got the car flipped over on the racetrack? That is, yep. I don't know why. And another car has wrecked. Actually, no, he made it. He made it through. Wow. I gotta get out of the way because my car is all over the place. Okay, we're having little issues right here. I don't think it's anything from the damage. I think it's just my tires being like lit up a lot. Also probably being dirty from the mud. I'm gonna try to shake that off. If that's even a thing. But we're good. It doesn't seem like we have too much damage. We might have some like light issues, but as in like electronic wise and also engine wise, maybe even downforce wise. but that can be resolved if we need to by going down the trip to pit lane. As the next car in line is a Shelby, which will be our 6th place that we should try to get here. So I probably braked a little too late on the corner right there to hit the little field, but I think it was mostly due to I slammed the brakes and it to roll into it. So it probably upset the car, especially during the rain. As Shelby's trying to go off track, trying to pass this Porsche. We're coming up on them really fast because of that being a lap car. I'm trying not to wreck him, but I don't want him to slide into me. Or is that a Corvette? No, I think that's a Corvette. I don't think that's a Shelby, but there is a Shelby Roadster, but I think that's a Corvette. I got a convertible Corvette there. Got the brakes. Yeah, that was way better. Laying off. Okay, so it probably was. Oh, and the car behind me is going off track, and I believe he just hit the field. I am pretty sure he just hit the field. I think the race is falling apart right now, boys. The car is still stuck on the track. I'm trying not to hit him, but I'm trying not to go too wide and potentially fall off the racetrack and have what happened to them happen to me. Because I want to try to make these 2 hours. Because if we got enough cars wrecking out of the race, there's a chance I can just win it off of nutrition. Still not time. I don't see the sun back there. I just want to make sure my lights still work after all those issues. And I believe the car in front of us is either a Corvette. I think it's a Corvette. Yeah, I think it's a Corvette. I wonder who's driving it. Winterstern? That's or Winterstein? That's a different name. I never heard of. I might have to like research that, see if it's a real name or a fictional name. I might have to check that out. I'm wondering what he's like. Okay, I think our crew's ready for pit of repairs right now, if needed. Can we like see the cars are like upside down? Oh, there you go. Gourmet or Gourmet? I don't know how to pronounce that name. That's the car that was closest to the track that was upside down. Well, this one. Dolenzo? And then you just got a whole wad of cars up here. I think one car actually got... It was X that flipped over and it's stuck on a track. And then Hans Herman, I believe, is a car that just escaped that pile of trash. As we're gonna try and get underneath Winterstein. Or Winterstein, wherever you... But I believe it's Winterstein, because I don't see an I. So Winterstein. And there's Corvette up there. Let's take it off now. I just want to learn the guy's name and make sure it's... I don't make any wrong assumptions like it's, oh my god, it's Dan Gurney, even though it's someone completely different, like X that flipped over. Get a draft real quick. Get a draft. There we go. Get by him. Get a little light over the hill. As we're gonna come to a minute, or not a minute, an hour and a half left of racing. Come up into the last corner. We got 12 seconds behind fourth. So right now we just got a bunch of lappers that we gotta pass. So this is gonna take a long time to gain what we lost, and that's gonna make it even more long. I was really time consuming right there. Come on, get straight. Let's go. Another instant where I just peeled to the middle too quickly. I might pit at some point just to see if it fixes any problems, if we even have any problems, or because we might have problems in the future of the race, just in case of like maybe radar damage or anything like that, tire damage. But that'll be like once I start feeling something abrupt, like a vibration or a feel of losing the car more than usual. As I believe that car, I think that car right there is trying to get out of there, but he's programmed to be going straight, so he keeps turning left. Trying to get on the road. I think another car just escaped the trash heap. Or is that the same person? I don't know. But, car in front of me, which is Winterstein, I believe went off track a little bit. And I think I caught back up to him because of it. We almost lost it there, but we got a little bit of a save going on there. And now we got an hour and a half left. Who's this? Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Who's that? Baker? Okay, Baker. Who's in, I'm pretty sure, Porsche. That's probably slow as hell. For at least the race I'm simulating right now. It could be probably the fastest car of the year. But it seemed like it was a Ferrari-Ford battle. Not really only a Ferrari battle in the beginning. But then it became a Ford versus Ferrari, like many people know. Yeah, this race is stirring up a little bit. You're stirring up into me wrecking at some point, or stirring up into a win in the next hour and a half. I don't want to. If we wreck and we have like tires off the car, or I flip over, then that's where we're gonna call it. If it's just a little spin like we've been doing a couple times, we're not gonna call anything. Also, that crash that we had earlier, that I'm not gonna call it because that wasn't even that bad of a crash. So I'm thinking everyone's wrecking a little bit because they go too wide through there and there's a car upside down, so they try to miss it, and that's what's probably causing them to hit that billboard up there. Maybe Winterston has some front end damage or something, because it feels like I can really get him under braking. I believe it's starting to get darker because I started seeing the lights under the bridge there, the Dunlop tire bridge. And that's really my sign that we're starting to get to that point where we're starting to light things up. Okay, that was better. We got 17 seconds in front of us to make up. Jesus. That is way more than I expected. Oh, we're in the grass. I do not see the sun yet, so I'm guessing it's still pretty high, or pretty in the middle that I was a dummy and probably almost over revved the car just then, trying to figure out the light or where the sign is and accidentally keeping it locked in third gear. My mistake. I believe it's like right there on the top of the pillar there in my car. I think that's where the sun is right now. So I think it's getting close to the point, but I don't think it's to that point yet. And we're doing it again. This is a little bit hard of an impact, yeah. Jesus, why is this a thing up here? Like, did I lose a wheel? Nope. I think our car is still fine, because I think I keep hitting it straight enough to where maybe there's like no problem with it. It's just probably just squeezing in the side, give us a little bit of steering problems, but so far no giving in yet. Oh man. Oh, this might be the end of the race, how hard I hit here. And unless if I can get the flip, I think that's what is happening. Look at all those DNS, man. We got so many DNS to stop the acceleration. I was just trying to get to like lap 20 or so, but Bruce McLaren is currently leading. We can monitor and go to the monitor. It's definitely nighttime at this point. You see me. And the Ford right here is he's rolling up on a lap car. We got John Whitmore, or Whittemore. I think it's Whitmore. In second. I think he's he's in a yeah, he's in a Ford. Then you got Dan Gurney, which is in a battered Ford in P3 somehow. I thought he was upside down. Like, I'm not joking. I was looking at the replays to make sure that he actually, or the monitor, to make sure they work, and I saw him upside down, but I could be wrong. Paul Hawkins. Then you got George Winterstein. And a car that I was battling before I disappointingly flipped over like an idiot. Even though really I can just fault the rain for it, but you know, should have been more careful. But we got another Corvette with Bob Johnson. And you got Ken Miles in a Shelby with those cars, as you see, that red car over there upside down. We're gonna go through the whole field, and then we're gonna go to the end of the race, or halfway through, or like further into the race, and then we'll go watch a little bit of racing, and then we will watch the last lap. But you got Delmo Johnson and a Corvette that is almost falling off the track. Pedro Rodriguez and a Corvette also. Bob Bondurant, also on a Corvette. Skip Scott and a Ford. Dave Morgan and also a Corvette. Dick Goldstrand and Corvette also. And they got Runt, which is part of, I think, 1960 or 55 season, I'm pretty sure. Some series like that in Grand Prix Legends that I had. He's a part of, so he's road racing here, as you see. And a Porsche. And you got Fred Baker, which is the Baker that I was seeing earlier. And you got Hans Herman, which is that a guy that used to race in the 30s? I could be completely wrong, but whoa! Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the billboards. But you got Colin Davis, and then I do not know how to pronounce that name. I'm just gonna say Van Lennep, probably. Hal Keck, I should say, broken. Then you got me, broken 20th. Joe Buzzetta, and also broke, I should say. Tony DiLorenzo, also broke. That was the car that was stuck there. Then you got Gunther Class, I meant. Also broken. Andy Wiki, also broken. I do not know where he's at right now. Joe Siffert, also broken. Don Peckham, also broken. Ed Hugis, also broken. There's two Joes? What's happening here? But he's also broken. He's a part of that crash over there. Graham Hill, broken. Uh, Pecco, broken. He's the one that's in the house there. Don Yanko, broken. Jackie X, also broken. He's the one upside down in the middle of the road mentioned earlier. Gene, also broken. The car that was closest to the in turn one upside down, closest to the road. Then you got Roger Penske, which is somehow in the field. I do not know how he's in the fields right now, but he's in the fields. This is extraordinary right here. I don't know if he got yeeted on that first lap or what. Then you got Dave Morgan, which he's parallel to Penske. David Hobbs, which he's upside down, and I believe in the first corner. No, he's part of the wreck up here. As you see cars passing by, and then you're back with Bruce McLaren. Jesus, holy moly, that's Jesus. Here we go. So here's Bruce McLaren. I do not know how far into the race he is right now, but we're 30 laps, so I believe he's about maybe an hour out to victory right now, unless if the guy behind him is in second. No. The guy in second is like 3 corners behind him. Gurney's about like a corner behind him. Bob Johnson is also like almost gonna be a lap down at this point. And Paul Hawkins just flipped over. I just saw that. We gotta go through the whole grid again just to see that. So you see Dan Gurney, Bob Johnson, and then you got Paul Hawkins. Where is he? I believe he went off in turn 1. It looks like turn 1. Huh. We got Bob Balderon here. Yeah, he went off in turn 1. Also, he has some headlights issues. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, I think I just saw him over there. It's very dim for you guys to see. But I believe he was like over there somewhere. I saw him off in the distance when Bob went by. Okay, we got like 40 laps in right now. As Bruce McLaren is pretty much just showing the way. He has no headlights. Or just hasn't put them on. Here he has damage and doesn't have his headlights. I don't know if he didn't have them before, but hey, he doesn't have them on. But you got those cars. That car has a headlight even though he's upside down. A lot of these cars don't have headlights anymore. I'm surprised they even know how to drive. Let's go through here. John Whitmore in second again. Or still, I should say. Dan Gurney's still in third. We got Bob Johnson still. Well, I think he just. No, he's a lap down. That's correct. I forgot about that. Then you got George Winterston, Bob Balderon, Dick Goldstrand. Ken Miles is still racing. And the number 98 there. Oh, he's a little finicky there. Delmo Johnson still driving. Pedro Rodriguez. So doing well as he has a group of cars with your Bastion headlights or none. He's the only one with headlights. So you got Skip Scott here trying to get around a broken car there. Dave Morgan. And you got Run. This Porsche. Fred Baker still riding. Hans Herman and Game Pass, which is in that group of cars that have like no headlights whatsoever in that flipped over car that they just passed. Colin Davis, Lineup, Hawkins, which is the last car or the first car to start the DNF, all the way down to 36, which is almost pretty much more than half the field at this point. Okay, so it's starting to get back to day now, as I believe like McLaren's about maybe a couple minutes, maybe a couple of laps out from the victory, as he's still leading the way by a lot. Whitmore just got out of the last corner, so McLaren has a huge lead as they're coming up to the day. And Dan Gurney is about to get lapped. Fourth place could be better. Actually, I think the whole field's lapped out. Hold up. No, it's up to fourth. So Bob Johnson was a lap down. Because I believe he was on the Corvette, so yeah. Dick Goldstrand. See if there's any like stranded cars that are like in between our cars. No, I think it's it's still no one really out yet. Like any more cars out yet. We just got Bruce McLaren pretty much just coasting per se. There's really nothing else I can really say besides that race was interesting and kind of weird. Especially when I only saw like 6 cars out of the race when there's actually like 17 cars out of the race. Which actually boggles my mind right now, is that there's so many cars out of the race than what I thought there were. As Bruce goes down the last corner, brakes really hard. I do not know if this is going to be the last lap, but I know this is coming through, or coming into the last laps. Maybe we should go to onboard just to make sure we can see the line, or the flag. So we watch him, let's see what the flag shows us here. If there's even is a flag. Do not know if he got it. I don't know if it's a flag or not. Let's check back here. Yeah, I think maybe just a little acceleration right now. Yeah, I think... No, he's not even there yet. Okay, hold on. Okay, he's close, but I don't want to accelerate too much. This track is really big, as you can tell. Okay, now let's see. Did we get a checkers, or do we not? Because if that's the case, then what do we get? Nothing again. But anyway, he's gonna win. I already know that, but I just want to know when it's classified as the end of the race for him. Oh, there it is. It was 54. He just got the checkered. Yep. Okay, so it was 54. It was a lap after I expected it to happen. Oh, there's Penske right there. You can see him just, you know, stuck there. Got another car stopped on the track because he's going to slam the brakes for him. But Jesus. That was... Just look at it. 18th down. DNFs. And that's literally half the field right there. As the last car that I have not flipped over or wrecked is 9 laps down, so he still had trouble. Hold on, let me just... There we go. But yeah, that's crazy to see. We didn't finish too bad considering that there were so many cars out of the race because of that. But yeah, that'll be it for the video. I know it was not the 2 hours that you expected. But we wrecked, and I can't do much besides that. We made 15 laps out of 54 due to an incident. And Bruce McLaren wins with John Whitmore and Dan Gurney behind him by almost a lap, it seems. Definitely a lap on Bob Johnson, George Winterstein, and Winterston, and Bob Bondurant. There we go.